Christmas round the corner, money getting tight. Children wait with bated breath, hopes high for their delight.
Parents counting pennies, Santa's on his way, apparently with tons of toys upon his festive sleigh.
It's very nearly Christmas, that special time of year. It's very nearly Christmas, the joy is drawing near. Fairy lights are gleaming, carols fill the air. It's very nearly Christmas, warm greetings everywhere. Stores crammed full of ideas, tempting all to buy things that no one really wants, but we seldom question why.
For it's very nearly Christmas, the time of love and joy. Christmas pot and mistletoe in abundance to enjoy.
So put away your worries and paper over cracks. Soon we'll be full of happiness and mostly on our backs. It's time to plan for Christmas, that special time of year. It's very nearly Christmas, magic's drawing near. Our smiles will reach 1,000,000 hearts each and every day.
For it's very nearly Christmas, our treasure special day.
Oh, 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 it's very nearly Christmas, a time we all hold dear.
Well, hello there, and a very good evening to you all, whether you're here in the chat, whether you're lurking, whether you're going to watch this on playback. Good evening, and it's very nearly Christmas. Okay, that's one of my, I wrote that, did I write that in the summer? I think I did. I wrote it in the summer, and as is the case with most of my songs, I write them in reggae, and then I also love swing, 50s swing. So I've also got a couple of albums out of swing music, and that's on my latest album that's just come out. So yeah, it's a fun one. I love the reggae one as well. But yeah, that's it. And I think it's kind of good. I think it sort of gets the right feeling going, because I know some people don't like Christmas, do they? Hey Holly, how are you, darling? I hope you're well. Have you playing in the background? We'll join chat when I can. Hope all is well. All's well. I seem to have got rid of the vast majority of the sinus infection I had, and I want to say a big hi to Kimberlina. How are you, sweetness? I hope you're well. So anyway, I wasn't going to go live, and then I thought, you know what? Nobody else is live. So why don't I just go live and just have a chat and see if there's any drama out there? So I'm kind of relying on you guys in the chat here to inform me of any drama, because I've not really been paying much attention to it. I know there's the same old shite with the Hustler, but he's so bloody boring. And even more boring with Boring Carrie. It's like, what? For God's sake, man. Just when I thought it couldn't get any more boring with him, he brings on somebody who's just as boring. What's that about? So, yeah, it's all rather weird. It's all rather. It's a bit like being on a wheel where it just goes on and on and on, you know. So okay, let's see. Cal Doge seems to be turning on the hustler, which will start scary carry breakups. I think they break up. How long do you give them? I thought 3 months. Where are we up to? A couple of months they've been friends now. So yeah, we all know it's going to be, as you Americans would say, a trash fire. We all know that. Oh damn! I forgot to bring my drink over, and yeah, I'm sorry. It's just Coke. I'm just drinking Coke at the moment. So that's interesting. And do you know what? These people, Kimberlina, these people, I had a look. I've had a look just out of boredom at some of their channels, and my God, the type of people they are. It's like, yeah, you all kind of deserve each other, really. I had a look at that Kel Dodge's channel. What a weird individual. I mean, and why do people take any notice of what these people have to say? I'm sorry. It's just, it's bizarre to me. Oh, look at me. I've got the wrong blooming thing on. Hang on a minute, guys. Hang on a minute. There we go. That's better. I put the wrong one up. I'm so good at this. Anyway, I had the true crime one. I've been doing a lot of true crime on my main channel. And yeah, I've been doing live streams. Can you believe? And they've been going really well. What did I get? 250 in the chat the other night. I was like, oh my God. This is where I like to be. No, it's quite interesting, and you do have a vastly different audience over there, which is nice, you know. I mean, we do get our trolls, and who are real life gangsters. They're real life gangsters over there. What fun. Yeah, so we're covering this case at the moment, which we've been covering for like 18 months now. And yeah, you want to know what a troll is, a real life troll? Yeah, have a look on Jan's Views, you'll know. Over here, it's just, I tend to have a look over here as a break from true crime. I try and get a couple of true crime videos up a week, and I'm collabing with somebody on my channel, and he wants to sort of make it a regular thing, which I'm happy with. I mean, Jesus, my channel was never meant to be about people like the Hustler. It just wasn't. So, you know, I like to use my brain. I like to use the brain and the intelligence that God has given me, and I can't do that when I'm talking about the Hustler and people like this Kel Dodge, and who else is there? AJ, and who are the other? I mean, what an awful community they are. And I can't understand people wanting to stay over there. What do you think, guys? It's like, yeah, it's weird to me. I think they'll make it a little while. Hussey just needs someone more valuable to him than Carrie. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get anyone else, though. I think most people are just going to just keep well away from him. I mean, he might as well walk around with a big beacon on his head. You know, stay away. Warning. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no. And it's always made me laugh when he said, oh, you know, these people are just so obsessed with me. Um, let me tell you, you couldn't be further from the truth. And I think if I was obsessed with somebody like The Hustler, it would drive me nuts. I mean, well, I'd have to be nuts to do it, really, wouldn't I? I mean, God, no. Absolutely not. I've got way too much going on in my life and going on my main channel to even be bothered, really, with what The Hustler's talking about. I don't care. Heard it all before. I need to go over and get my drink. So I tapped out of true crime a while back because it was really messing with my mentals for a bit. Oh, really, Holly? But I might be ready to hop back in. I used to really enjoy that kind of content. Oh, really? I think it depends on where you're watching it. Because what I find with true crime is some of the content creators go so deep into it that I find it, yeah, it can sort of make you feel a certain kind of way. So I like to think, like with my life, I have quite a balanced life. My life's not all about one thing. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, even my online life isn't about one thing. I do so many different things online, as I do in my life. So, yeah, I find if I start feeling a certain kind of way when I'm looking at videos, true crime videos, then I stop looking for a while and then I'll watch something else. I watched this guy this morning when I was having my coffee in the art room. I was watching this channel where basically, it sounds so dull, but basically the guy is like a gardener and he was chopping down these big fences, not fences, hedges. And he had this video on for an hour and I just lent it up on the table in there. And I was just watching this guy chopping down this 20-foot hedge that went all the way around the house. Do you know what? It was so interesting. It was really, really interesting. And yeah, I think it's really important for everybody to have different interests, and whether it's online or whether it's offline. And I think what I've realised by being in you know, the whatever community you want to call it, girl world or whatever, is that there are certain creators that really seem to eat, drink and sleep girl world. I'm not one of those people. I cannot do that. So what I'm going to have to do quickly here, though, because I need to leave you for a second just to get my drink, is I'm just going to play this again for you, okay? Bear with.
Christmas round the corner, money getting tight. Children wait with bated breath, hopes high for their delight.
Parents counting pennies. Santa's on his way. Apparently with tons of toys upon his festive sleigh.
It's very nearly Christmas, that special time of year. It's very nearly Christmas, the joy is drawing near.
All right, that's enough of that. I'm back. Right, what's going on in the chat? So the two of you in my chat are two that don't get on. Okay. All right. So Holly says she watches a lot of nail art. Yeah, I used to do... Oh, hang on, I clicked on the wrong one. I used to do that. I used to do my nails in sort of with nail art as well. Yeah, So I can understand that. It's nice though, isn't it, Holly, having something else to watch? And food reviews. Oh, do you? So does that mean that you have to watch somebody eat? Because I have a problem with that. I can't deal with that. I hate watching people eat. I think it's got something to do with ADHD. I just can't. If I'm in a restaurant and I see somebody, I was in a Turkish restaurant years ago, and this family came in, and the dad of the family ate like an absolute hog, and it put me off my meal. It completely put me off my meal. And you know, my family who I was with were saying, "Oh, just ignore him, Mum." And I was like, "I can't, I cannot." It was such a stress. So yeah, I can't watch food reviews because of that. But I understand the nail art videos. You remind me of my mum shoving Christmas down my throat before I met. I know. But the problem is, because of my businesses, I have to start a little bit early. And to be honest, I start a bit late. You know, like, where's that one I did? I'm always late with my promos and everything. But hey, never mind. It's the way I am. Oh, you like the music, do you, Kimberlina? Oh, that's nice. Okay, so you're living for Bridget Dragging GB. Yes, bless her. And I feel really bad because apparently she's been in hospital and I didn't even know about it. And that's probably because I haven't been on Twitter that often. So, and normally if I'm on Twitter, I can normally see what Bridget posts. But I haven't been on there recently. A lot. I do pop in, but not a great deal. So I don't really know what she's been up to. So if she comes in, hopefully she'll pop in, but we'll see. But I didn't know she was having a knock. Bless her heart. I hope it all went well for her. So, yes, do you know, it's really difficult, Kimberlina, when you know somebody online. It's really difficult when you fall out with them. And I've done it, as you all know, I've done it a few times with people. And generally speaking, if I saw them as a friend, then I won't speak on them. I just won't. I would never do what the hustler does and talk about, you know, all their negative points or, you know, just generally make them into content on my channel. That's not me. I wouldn't do that. Now, there have been exceptions, and one of them, as I'm sure you know, was Edna. And the reason why I spoke up on Edna was because she had the nerve to speak to me the way she did on her live stream, and I thought, no, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. You know, I saw her as a friend, most definitely saw her as a friend. An online friend, okay. So... okay, I'm reading that. All right. She's just uploaded. She says surgery went. Oh, good. That's good to know. I'm pleased. Yeah, so that's what happened with Edna, and that's why I did speak up about her, and I think I did a video on her. But hey, Busty's Revenge. E-I-E-I-O. Thanks. I'm so glad that my little song has been circulating. Who knew? I was patient with Edna because I liked her. You know, I genuinely liked her. And, you know, I'm not for coming online and acting like an angry, shouty person. I don't want to do that. I've done it in the past because I've jumped on a panel and somebody has treated me in such and such a way, and I'm like, just shut your face kind of thing, because I am quite feisty. But it's not what I want to do on my channel. It never has been. Contrary to what some people believe. So yeah, I felt that Edna deserved, she got a bit of humble pie handed to her. And, you know, for the record, I had absolutely nothing to do with her doxing. And I was quite, I'm not saying I was upset for her. I just thought, well, there you go, Edna. You know, that's what happens when you know, when you dip your foot in a cesspool. And not only did she dip her foot in there, she dived in. And it's like, okay, girl, all right. So yeah, so that's the situation with Edna, and I'm just trying to think of who else I fell out with that I've spoken on. Oh, Karsten, of course. I spoke out on Karsten because dear old Karsten went running along to DC telling her all my private information that I'd divulged to him in confidence. And I thought, no, I'm not having that. So yeah, so I did do a couple of videos about him. Did I do actual videos about him? I don't know if I did. But I mean, you know, the thing with Girl World, especially Girl World, I think is when you get to the point where you're having real life conversations with people and possibly you know, FaceTiming with them and showing a little bit of your life and, you know, giving them a little bit of your attention, your attention, and also introducing them maybe to members of your family, which I did do. I did that with Karsten. And then for them to turn on you, and you know for a fact that they're giving away your secrets. I mean, they're not real secrets, but they are online, you know. And he was so, you know, Karsten is a very needy person. And when I was friends with him, I could never get him off the bloody phone. That's the truth of it. And there were times when I was out and about, when I was out with my family. I remember we were, in a shopping mall once, and him, you know, phoning, and we'd sat down, we were in a coffee shop, and I introduced him to members of my family, you know. So when he then decided that he would much rather be DC's friend than mine, that's perfectly fine. That's his choice, you know. Did it hurt? It did a little bit, because I thought, you know, the thing is, it's like if you break up with someone, it's the way they break up with you, okay? It's like you can say, look, I just, you pull away from them. That's what I tend to do. I can't think of any friend that I've had in real life where I've had a great big ding-dong of an argument and then never spoken to them again. That's never happened. Let me have a gulp of my drink. So I think it's quite weird when you're online if you have a fallout with somebody. Firstly, if it's in Girl World, everyone seems to know, you know, everyone starts noticing that, oh, you don't speak to that person anymore, and oh, I heard they said this about you, and I heard you, do you know, and it's just so toxic. It's like, just, you know, and I'm not going to get involved in that. You know, especially if I saw you as a friend, I'm not going to get involved in that unless you overstep my boundaries. And there were times when Karsten overstepped my boundaries, and so did Dee. But hey, I'm not going to do great big videos and try and, you know, make them out to be evil people. Because I don't think they are evil people. They're people. You know, they've got their issues. I was friends with them, and that's that. That's the end of it. I don't need to make them into content. That's not what I'm about. I'm not hussy. Hussy. So, so this Bussy's Revenge. Hey, you're welcome. Robert is getting studying. Okay, all right. For the UK bar, you will be sued, Jan. I look forward to that. Genuinely, I really look forward to that. I would love to have the opportunity of standing in a courtroom with Hussey. Seriously, guys, I would love the opportunity. It really plays to my histrionic traits. He would not know what had hit him. I'm sorry, but he really wouldn't. Yes, yes, Kimberlina, I agree with you. It's been a rough year, hasn't it? And some things that we could never have been forewarned about. I'm sure they weren't. But yeah, life's like that, isn't it? You just don't know what's going to happen. It's frightening, especially in today's world. Um, and all over Negs, that's what it was, wasn't it? Not to bring up names, but he's the crux. Yes, in my fallout with DC, it was Negs, definitely. I just couldn't. I tried for a while to still be friends with her, and I DM'd with her a few times, but I was very honest. And I said to her, listen, I support you, but I can't support the man that you're with. I just can't. And I thought that was fine, but then what would happen was I would go into their live streams or her live stream, not his, and he would obviously be modding, and if I said anything negative about him, he would kick me out. And she just went with it, and I thought, okay, if that's what you want, listen, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. I'm really not. But yeah, that's how that happened. And also, when she went, so did Karsten and Dee, because they were supporters of hers. And the interesting thing is, very interesting actually, is that when I first made friends with Dee and Karsten, I was the only one that was talking to DC. They didn't have any form of relationship with DC. And they were like, if she ever came up in conversation, I'd be like, well, don't you speak to DC? Don't you DM with DC? And they'd both be like, no, we don't. We're not sort of with her like that. We're not friends like that. And I said, well, I don't really count myself. I didn't really count myself. Well, I guess I've still got all the DMs from her. And yeah, there was a time when we were quite friendly. And we were DMing, and she was telling me some personal information, which I would never divulge. And then she was going through a hard time with certain other creators. But I remember, Dee Higgins was like, oh, I'd love to be in that situation. I'd love to sort of be able to speak to DC, but I'm just not on that level. And, and you and Karsten are just so up there. You're so like... Dee Higgins used to always go on about how professional we were, and that she'd wished that she'd had our life because, okay, I have to be careful what I say, but yeah, I mean, I really, really liked Dee, and I know an awful lot about her lifestyle and what she was going through and everything, and it was painful. And do you know what, guys? People online, and it's the same in girls' world, you don't really know what people are going through in their real lives. And I can tell you, both Dee and Karsten deal with a lot in their real life, and I also deal with a lot sometimes in my real life. So we would talk about that. That's when I believe it becomes a friendship. And that's why I can understand people being absolutely devastated when Hussey turns on them, because he does it in the most vile, cruel way. And I could never do that, guys. Could never do it. It's against my moral compass. It really is. So we've got Luna in the chat. Hey, Luna. Nice to see you. Okay. Yeah, keep talking to me, guys, because I haven't got a lot to talk about, really. We can look at things, but I'm quite happy to talk about anything. So Holly says, I have my assumptions about things, but I can only hope in her last days Negs was her fantasy she gave up a lot for, and not a total nightmare. She was too prideful to admit and leave. Yeah, I think her story is very it's very sad. And you know, when you say it, if I say it online, then people think I'm just having a dig, I'm just slagging her off. And it's not that. I personally think that something happened in her life that, I mean, was she perimenopausal at that time? Could that have been it? But something happened in her life that shone a completely, that painted a completely different image of herself in her mirror. Does that make sense? I do wax lyrical sometimes. Does that make sense? And I feel that she was looking for something else. Now, do you remember, guys? Remember in lockdown when she used to sit on the end of her sofa and she used every day and she used to chat to us and she'd tell us a few things, and one of the things she said was, I'd really like to live in the middle of the country in a great big house, have a couple of big dogs, and yeah, what else did she used to say? I can't remember about that. But yeah, that's what she wanted to do. She always wanted to live in the middle of the country. So how weird is it? Is it just coincidental that that's where she ended up? Is it? I don't know. It just seems weird to me. And also I know that she had a very, I don't want to say weird choice of music because, well, it's what she liked and we don't all like the same sort of music. But I thought her music choices were awful. They were dreadful. Ugh. But she always used to say, you know, I got the feeling that she wanted to find an old rocker of her own. Do you know what I mean, guys? And I think she saw Negs as a unaccomplished musician. I really do. Because I think in her job, she used to interview a lot of people in the business, and I think that was part of her dream, to be a part of that world. But sadly for her, and I'm not slagging her off by saying it, but I think sadly for her, she didn't have what it takes to be a part of the business. And when I say the business, I mean show business. You have to be a certain way. And she just didn't have it. So, God, you know, rest her soul. But I think that it's no strange coincidence that her dream was to live in the middle of the countryside. And I think Negs, purporting to be some kind of musician, was too much of a drive for her. What do you think, guys? Am I wrong? What do you think? Right, let's see what's going on in the... Okay. I remember the short lives you and Dee did together, and I absolutely loved it. Yes, I did. Yeah, we did. We had, I think they're still up on my main channel, we had a podcast. Oh shit, what was it called? Oh, Elders, Rocking at Elders. And the idea was that we were going to give our perspective on being older, you know, talking about life as being older. Dee was so up for that. She loved it. And that's the other thing with Dee. She always wanted to do something on YouTube. And Hussey took that away from her because she started uploading. And I used to say to her, just do what you want to do, for God's sake. Don't listen to what other people are saying about you. Just do it. If I listened to what other people said about me, I wouldn't have 3 channels. I've got 3 channels, guys. I wouldn't have those if I listened to, oh, nobody likes you, everybody hates you, blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? What's the point? Look at the source. Just look at the source. So I said to her, Dee, do something. You know, she said, oh, I just want to show, you know, different things and talk about, she loved, what's it called, fashion. She loved fashion. Very classy lady. And I used to say to her, do it, do it, do it. Then she had the big major fallout with Hussey, and we all know what happened there. He dragged her all over YouTube and Twitter. She was beside herself. Absolutely. So I just think, I'm going to say it, for those people that support that creature, shame on you. Absolutely shame on you. I used to speak to Dee most days on, what did we do, on Instagram. She'd be in tears. I don't know what to say. I don't know what... And I'd say, Dee, please, just don't take anything that he says to heart. Just look at him. You can see what he is. But anyway, I couldn't get through. I think I got through to her to a certain degree. But she's, I don't know. I shouldn't really be speaking on who she is as a person. But yeah, I felt really sorry for her. Yeah. So let me see. Oh, where did I get to there? I do feel bad for how DC passed. Oh, tell me about it. Cancer is awful. 2 of my girls had it. Thank the Lord, they both survived. But yeah, I've been on that cancer train twice, so I know. And I won't speak on DC's death. I think it's bad karma. I won't speak on it. I was in somebody's chat the other day and Carsten appeared out of nowhere. And I don't know what I said. But he was like, oh, shame on you, Jan. And I was like, no, Carsten, shame on you. And yeah, I still hold to that. Right, where are we? We wouldn't be hurt if she didn't mean something to us and it changed in what seems at the blink of an eye. Exactly, Holly. You were there as well, honey, weren't you? You were there. I know. What's this? Pre-party show at 9:15. I get more viewers than you. Yeah, you do on this channel. I'll give it to you. On this channel. But guess what? I don't care. I had over 250 in a live stream. What day was that? Wednesday. And my videos on my live stream, on my main channel, get a lot more than Hussey. And guess what? They're not all freaks. In fact, I'd say none of them are freaks. So I'm kind of happy with that. Yeah, I'm cool with that. That's good. Okay. So Holly says, I think Negs used her and she was too proud to see things for what they were. Yeah, that's a good point and a good possibility. I tell you, I'm still as shocked as I was when they first got together. I just couldn't get it. I could not get my ADHD brain around that, Holly. I was like, what? What? Oh, I just couldn't. I couldn't. I agree with you there. Yeah. And that's what makes me think, Holly, that something was going on. Something was going on in her head and in her heart and in her life, that she was suckered into that. It's awful. It's just bloody awful. And for her to not, and for her to not survive, it's just horrible. I just can't get over it. I can't. Not that I think about it. I don't. You know, life moves on. We've all got our own issues. I'm getting older. My kids are getting older. And, you know, health is something that we can never guarantee, good health. So, yeah. And as I say, I'm not going to talk badly of her. I'm just going to give my opinion on what I saw, or on what I saw with about the relationship that she upped and moved in with this guy. I just don't get it. I just do not get it. He knows how to play the guitar better than I do. I'll give him that. Oh, God. I can't. He's so bad, guys. See, it's not his fault. I am a musician. Well, I don't really call myself a musician anymore because I don't play anymore, but I used to teach music. I used to teach keyboard, yeah? Electric keyboard. And I used to gig and all the rest of it. And I gave my son, my eldest boy, guitar lessons. I don't know how old he was. Maybe he was about 11 or 12. He took guitar lessons. And then he went on to college. And, he went on to college and did music there. And when did he learn drums? And then he went to, like, a good, my ex paid for it. He went to a really good music academy and came out with a degree in contemporary music. Now, I can tell you, when he was 10 and he first started his lessons, and I used to wait outside and hear him, you know, trying to strum the guitar. That's what I'm reminded by when I see Negs play the guitar. Oh, Lord. Lordy, Miss Claudia. He's terrible. It's so bad. And then he sings? Oh, just stop it. But maybe DC gave him that confidence to carry on. Do you remember that time when he joined the band and he didn't last more than 5 minutes? He didn't even gig with them. Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. So I think, you know, it's hard because I'd love to share so many things with online, but I can't because people will either say, oh, you know, Jan thinks it's... No, it's true. I've had quite a sort of interesting life, I'll put it that way. But I used to play keyboard. I haven't played, I've still got one here, but I don't play it really. I haven't played it for years. Let me say, Holly Mack. I actually loved when they got together. I thought she would be good for him. Not that he would change her. I don't know. It's all just very sad. It is very sad. It is very sad. And very sort of taxing for my brain. I'm like, I just don't get it. I just do not get it. Oh, you play the piano. I started playing the piano. I had lessons when I was a kid. I hated them. But yeah, I did used to play the piano. And in assemblies at school, in my primary school, they used to get me on the stage to play the piano, and I'd bloody hate it. But when I got older, I started, I preferred the keyboard. And who was I talking to the other day when I was, oh, I know, I had a family gathering, and with my Jamaican side, and they're very into music. My niece is a singer. I can't tell you who she is, but she is very good. She's a reggae singer, and she's great. And her fella is also, I think, is in music production. So when we went there, had a look in the studio, and I was like, wow, I love the look of that guitar. It was so nice. It was black and shiny, the guitar. And anyway, so I said, oh, I said, you got a keyboard, can you play? And he was like, no, I'm still learning. So I said to him, so did you play piano to begin with? And he said, no. I said, oh, well, I started with piano, but keyboard is different. Luna, is it, who was on the piano? Yeah, with keyboard, you use your left hand predominantly for chords. Okay, if you're playing it in the style of like a keyboard player, you use it for chords and you lock in those chords, okay, as you go along. Whereas piano, it's left hand, right hand, do exactly the same thing. You know, they harmonise. Yeah, you can play chords, and yeah, you can play chords, but it's just different. It's just a different instrument. So I was explaining it to this guy, and he was like, oh, yeah, maybe you could teach. I thought, no, my days of teaching keyboard are gone. I'm not teaching them anymore. I'm not teaching it anymore. You had a baby. Oh, wow. Oh, that's something I always wanted. What colour was it? Oh, I think, I don't know. I like the black ones because I think they look really grand, but then I like the white ones because they look really grand. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I love baby pianos. Love them. I had I've always had a keyboard, obviously, because I taught it, but I had one of those great big, they look at the great big wooden, what was it? Is it made of yew wood? Keyboard organ. That could sound like a church organ. I had one of those for a few years. Yeah, back in the day. And that's what I used to teach on, actually. Yeah, I'd love to have a baby piano. Oh, okay, let me click on the right one this time. Right, there we go. I have a beautiful keyboard, but it just doesn't feel the same. Exactly, it doesn't feel the same, does it, Luna? It doesn't. I love piano. I love it. And when I'm composing, I always put a piano piece in it. I love piano. Yeah, anyway, let's move on. I'm just going to sit here going on about pianos. Right. So I still have my flute, saxophone and clarinet. I don't play regularly anymore, but I will donate these instruments to local kids who want to be in the back. Oh, that's lovely. What a lovely thing to do, because they're so expensive. One of my daughters, I gave all my kids music lessons when they were at school because I thought it was important. Never mind maths and English, just learn an instrument. And one of my daughters played the cello, which was great fun when she used to have to bring it home for practice. Can you imagine? Luckily, I had a convertible at the time, so I'd just take the roof down and stick the cello in the back seat. So, yeah, so she played the cello. The second daughter played the flute. She hated it. But what a beautiful instrument. I love instruments. Don't you love them, Holly and Luna? They look so beautiful. I love them. Anyway, so she had a flute, a beautiful flute. The eldest son, he was the one that had the guitar lessons. And then when he was also a singer. So with his skills as a guitarist, when he was still at school, at secondary school, he started a band. And was he just a singer in there, or was he a guitarist? I think he was a guitarist in there as well. But he's the lead. And he's got a great voice. Amazing voice. But again, I can't really play it. I did play it once. And I have to say, DC was like, oh, look at Jan pretending that voice is her son's. It was my son's voice. Oh God, it doesn't. It's just as well that I've got like a good sense of humour, because I just laugh at all these stupid things that people say. So she was like, oh, and Jan played this music and made out that it was her son singing. Well, yes, it was my son singing. And he now does something. Yeah, sometimes he's lead. Depends. He's he does have his own band, but he also plays in other bands as well. If they need another drummer, if they need another guitarist, or they need another singer. So he's quite talented, my boy. And what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. No, it's gone out of my head. So anyway, let's move on. Right, let's click out of there. There. Right. No, it was black with gold. Holly! I'm never normally jealous or envious of anyone, but oh my God. Lord, that's amazing. I love that. Wow. Yeah, it's true, isn't it, Luna? It's hard to play both. I know people, musicians who do play the keyboard as a piano. My son plays the keyboard as a piano. But I never did. When I first moved over to the keyboard, I played it as a keyboard. It's a lazy way of playing. I used to think it's quite a lazy way of playing, because as long as you know the chords, you just got to hold it. Do you know what I mean? And there's a button on the keyboard that keeps that chord playing until you change it. So it's quite a lazy way of playing, but yeah, it is very different to a piano. Oh, hi, Christina. Nice to see you. Oh, it's just an impromptu live, 1 o'clock in the morning. I had a nap earlier. I just got really cosy, and I was watching something on the TV, and I thought, I might close my eyes for an hour. So I did. Right, what's that? I'm still playing the saxophone. Oh, I love that. None of my kids played a saxophone. My daughter thought she wanted to play, so I jumped and picked one up. Turns out she didn't care for it, alas. It will still go to good use. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? When my youngest son, what did I give? Oh, drums. He went to drums lessons. And I think he quite liked it. And he did them, but I started him later. He was already in secondary school, and I went, right, what instrument do you want to play? He said, I'm not really bothered, Mum. I said, oh, come on, you're in a family of musicians, get on with it. What do you want to play? And he said, oh, all right, then I'll play drums. But he never really got into it. Either you love, it's like Luna says, either you adore instruments or you don't, quite simply. Do you know what I mean? It's just the way you are. And getting back to Negs, I think he does love instruments, and I think he does love the idea of being in a band. But it's just never worked for him, and I think it hasn't worked for him because, quite honestly, he's just not talented enough. That I know that type of music, it's just noise to me. I can't with that type of music. And maybe he thinks, oh, if I make a big enough noise, I'll get in a band. And it never happened. So, yeah. Weird, but quite interesting to chat here. I'm so glad you guys are into your music as well. Flute is what I'm good at. It was the first chair. Wow. Oh, wow. No, that's good. And I know what that means. That means you were bloody good at it. Loved it. The only thing I played at school was the piano. And I didn't. Once I got to secondary school, did I play? I think I only played in middle school. I hid the fact that I played the piano because I'd got to the stage where it wasn't cool. Listen, there were two things I was interested in at school, okay? Oh, when I was growing up, up until sort of my mid-teens. One of them was music. Always loved music, but I'd got into listening to music. I loved music. But I didn't love playing so much because none of my friends played. So all those lessons I had of piano went, yeah, waste of time really. Although I did sort of pull back on some of the knowledge once I did start playing the keyboard. But the other thing was sport. I was so into sport, specifically football. And football and music don't really go together, guys. So they were my two loves as a kid. So I was very much a tomboy, till I was about 16. Yeah, you'd never catch me in a dress. And the only time I had to wear a skirt was when I went to bloody school. I had to wear a skirt. But, yeah. So that's all I was interested in as a kid. What else have we got? There. People wanted me to sell it because I stopped playing. I refused. I gifted it to my cousin who was very gifted and I couldn't... Yes. That's what I do. My son's girlfriend has asked after my keyboard. And it's weird. I'm a bit loath to give it because I just think once I give it to someone, I can't play it again. And it's something that I've played for years and years and years. And although I don't play it as such now, it's there. It's over there in the corner looking at me saying, you're going to play me one day, and I will play it one day. I don't want to get to the point where I give it to someone and then I regret it and then I have to fork out a lot of money to buy a new one. I remember there used to be this shop back in the day. It was in Richmond. Oh yeah, Richmond. And it was a very cool piano shop. It used to have pianos and keyboards. That was my favourite shop in the world. I used to go in there and just love seeing all these beautiful pianos and keyboards. Yeah, oh, you got me going, guys. You got me going on the... Isn't it much more fun talking about something worthy than going over all the clap chat? I always call it clap chat. It's not, is it? It's clap trap. That is served up in Girl World. Isn't it good? It is, isn't it, Luna? It is. And although, it's a Friday, it doesn't have to be about drama. That's why I called it Where's the Drama? There isn't any drama. Right, hang on. Let's go down to Luna. See, I like rock and roll, and some of the songs Negs listens to I like. But I can't do the screaming. Oh, I know. I can't either. It's awful. And none of my family like it either, so yeah. I just don't think. I think music should be melodic. And death metal is not melodic. There's no way you can describe it in that way. So it's just noise. Oh, you're still a bit of a tomboy. Are you? I'm not. I think having kids knocked that out of me. Although I did go through a stage when my kids were younger. I've never really followed fashion, but I have had my own style. And I used to shop in London. How can I put it? I mean, I used to dress my own way, okay? And I had trousers, jeans with zips on them before any of the kids of today had them. Do you know what I mean? I had slashed jeans before any kids. Do you know what I mean? That was just my style. And I went through several sort of androgynous looks eras. I had my hair cut really, really short once. Did I blonde it? I'm not sure if I did, but I shaved it really, really short. It's just a look. I quite like the androgynous look, but then I also like the pretty girly look. So yeah, I'm kind of, yeah. So it's quite interesting when my kids talk about, how I was as their mother growing up, because I was very different from the other mums. But then I used to do a lot more different things. I used to be in a band, and I used to go on the stage, and I used to be on television and do all sorts of things. So, yeah, I mean, but I think I lost, going back to what you said, Luna, I think I did lose the tomboy part of me, definitely, when I started having kids. I loved concert choir. Ah, you're a soprano! Wow! Oh my god! That's amazing. I like when I write some of my songs and I put them on my swing albums. I go for big band sound. I love big band sound. I love it. And I love strings. I think my favourite instrument in an orchestra is probably strings. I just love them, and that's why I put them on all my songs, and I even put them on reggae, because my reggae is more like lovers rock, and you can have strings in there, a bit like John Holt, who was very melodic and very soft and mellow with his reggae, and that's the type of reggae that I produce as well. My best friend is a professional musician. She plays cello. Wow. Sometimes we go around London and she plays... Oh, you're in London? And she plays in churches. Oh, we stayed at an Airbnb in Richmond last time. Wow. I used to go to Richmond quite a lot, down by the river. Yeah, that used to be one of my haunts. It's nice down there. I love churches as well. I love them. See, this reminds me of the episodes with Dee. We talked about fun stuff like this. Exactly. Our interests, what we are good at, positive things. Yeah, that's what I'm much happier talking about that. I'm like, I don't want to come on and talk about that bloody ape in New York City. I don't want to do that. But then I think that's what people expect from me on here. It's difficult. Doesn't it? It's awful. It's awful. I can't stand it. Demons screeching. I'm very much a tomboy. My daughters have way more style than me. Yeah, but you've probably got your own style going on there, I suspect. Softball. Okay, you're going to have to explain softball to me. I don't know what softball is. Is that like our netball? What is softball? I don't know what that is. I wore tomboy sporty clothes, but my hair was curled and my makeup was done. I love that. I used to be so cute. I bet you were. I bet you were. Yeah, I was very much a tomboy as a kid growing up. Oh, you haven't started having kids yet, Luna? You'll still have your own style. Okay, let me see. You got to tell me what softball... Oh, okay. Oh, all right. It's like rounders, but with a slightly bigger ball. Oh, okay. Oh, I used to like rounders. I never liked that bloody ball, though. It's so hard. We used to play rounders. We called it rounders here, but it wasn't a very soft ball. Many children were injured at rounders. But, yeah, I used to like that game, actually, rounders. It's good. Do I know baseball? Yeah, baseball is where someone whacks it with a racket. What do you call it? What do you hit the ball with? Baseball bats, that's it. and then they run round. That's a bit like rounders. Rounders, you hit a ball and then you run round different posts and see if you can do a full round before the ball is given back to the thrower. Yeah. Okay. I was a pitcher. I played for my school and played for my church. Any team I could get on. So the pitcher, is that the thrower? Bases, that's it, the bases. What was I saying? The pitcher. Is the pitcher the person who throws it? Or is the pitcher the person who catches it? I don't know. Pitch sounds like you're throwing it. I started playing third. Oh God, now she's going to completely confuse me. Let me see if I can work this out. Right, you started playing third. Does that mean that you used to field? We'd call it fielding. You used to field off the third post. Then you went to catcher. Wouldn't you catch it on the third post? I think I've got this all wrong. Then pitcher, which is the thrower. Always clean up always clean up batter. I wish I wasn't such a rebel and understood what could have been. Right, did I describe that right, girls? I can see some laughing in the... I can see some laughing in the chat, so I think I've got it wrong. They pitch the ball. See, I did say pitch, didn't I? To throw something is to pitch something. They pitch the ball to the person with the bat. Yes. He's the thrower. What do they call it in cricket? Who's the guy who throws it? The bowler. In cricket, they call it the bowler. With the bat. Or the catcher. What? They pitch the ball to the person with the bat. Or the catcher will catch the pitch. Yes. Yeah. We would call that... Right, in cricket it would be the bowler throwing, and why have I chosen cricket to talk about when I know absolutely nothing? Nothing about cricket. Who catches it? And who catches it in bloody rounders? I don't know, it's been a long time since I've been at school, guys. Catcher is behind the batter, yes. Yes. Thank you, Christina. Thank goodness you're in here. Because, Christina, you know the British games as well, don't you? What? What are you saying, Holly? Not in the same game. That's just my progression in my years play. Well, yeah, I did realise that, darling. I did realise that. So you started off playing as like a third. See, now, do you have, right, what do you call people, right, that are waiting to catch the ball? Do you know what I mean? When the batter has hit the ball, you've got people in the field. We'd call them fielders, yeah? So what do you, and if the ball comes their way, they catch it. What do you call those people? This is so cute. It's lovely. Isn't this the way it should be, though? Hey? In the shit world we're in at the moment, why do we have to have shit online? We don't need to have it online. Oh, okay. Infielders or okay. Infielders or outfielders. All right. Yeah, that could be the same with us. I can't remember. I know they were fielders. Okay, let me have a sip. Right, I've been to watch cricket a few times and still don't know what the heck... Exactly. I'm rubbish. Cricket, I just can't get into, guys. Absolutely not. Who knows what my game was? Who knows what my game of choice was growing up? Oh no, not another new game. I don't know what that's called. But there is no picture. Played T-ball when I was little. It's like baseball, but there's no picture. So how do you hit the ball if no one's throwing it at you? You just put it down on the floor and whack it. How does that work, Luna? Is it? That sounds a bit like golf. You know, when you put the ball down and then you just whack it with the golf club. T-ball has a ball on a post. Oh. Oh, one of those playthings that people take on holiday. Over here, like if you go for a picnic, invariably there's going to be a family that's got this game that has got a big pole with a ball attached to it, and they stick it in the ground and then they whack the ball around. You can play it on your own or you can play it with two people. Is that what it is? Yeah. Oh, that, yeah. Oh, I got it. I'm learning. I'm learning, guys. I love having American friends as well. I love it. Even at my age, at 80, how old am I meant to be now? 80? Even at 80, I still love to learn. Never too old to learn, you know. So who knows what my game of choice was? You haven't said. I've spoken about it many times. In fact, I played in a team when I was, how old was I when I played for them? 15 maybe? 14, 15? It was a ladies' team. Oh, I'm glad you needed it, Holly. Good. Good, darling. I know you've followed me around for a long time, and I'm forever grateful. No, my daughter was My daughter was it bowls? No, bowls. That's for old cronies. No. No, what I used to play as a kid, and yeah, you call it soccer, we call it football. The great game. That's what I was obsessed with growing up. Football. Yeah, loved it. Loved it. And I played for a London team when I was I 14, 15? I can't remember. Played, and they were called Leyton Orient ladies, because we were ladies. I've never been a lady. Oh, sometimes I can be, but no, not normally. And I played for them. Yeah, loved it. Loved my football. Oh my God. I still like it. Still love it. You'll laugh, right? Talking about culture. I had a family get together last Sunday. The other side of London. Now, I used to live in London. I live outside it now. I live about 25, 26 miles out of London now. But you can't take London out of the girl. And I'm used to London because I've lived there. I've always lived there. Always lived on the periphery. Which is that. And I've lived in London, okay. That is something else. You know, rumours that go around. Oh, she never lived in London. Anyway. I did. Anyway. So, we had a family gathering last Sunday. And I couldn't decide whether to drive. Shall I drive or shall I get the train? So I looked on Google. I'm not going to say exactly where it was, but it was near the airport, okay? And so it's not central London, but it's still classed as London. It's sort of, is it classed as London? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I had to drive through London. Oh my God. It occurred to me when I'm looking on Google, I'm like, oh, Jesus. Let me try and remember parts of London. Then I like to know where I'm going. Do you know what I mean? So that I know which lane to be in. And anyway, I needn't have bothered because you couldn't go any faster than 20 miles an hour. 20 miles an hour. I never got out of first gear. All right, I do drive a bit high in first gear sometimes, but I'm telling you guys, I never got higher than second gear. It was a nightmare. It was bloody awful. And then I got there and, like, you know, I had lovely Jamaican food there. Oh, it's scrum. My niece is the best cook. Anyway, so then, but the whole time I'm thinking, shit, I've got to drive home again. Now, I was lucky because I used to live maybe 10 miles from where my niece's place is. So I knew roughly where it was, and I thought I can get there easy peasy. So I drove, right? I drove up to where I used to live, and I knew it was going to be a bit dodgy once I got to like a great big roundabout because I couldn't remember which turning to go off. Stupidly, I thought, I know, I'm going to go by the road signs, okay, as I'm crawling along at 20 miles an hour. And I see the name of the place. I'm like, oh, okay, that's where I'll go. Then I hit this massive roundabout. I'm like, oh, Jesus, I can't. Which way? It had about 5 exits off this roundabout. So I took the wrong roundabout. I tell you what, guys, I was so stressed. I was a wreck. And then my daughter said afterwards, like, later on, when I got home, she said, Mum, are you all right today? You seemed a bit subdued. I said, you having a laugh? I said, I hadn't even got over the journey there. I stayed there a few hours. We stayed a few hours. But the whole time I'm thinking, shit, how am I going to drive home in that? Because again, I was in the spot that I didn't really know too well. So I thought, I know, I'll aim for the town that I used to live in, okay? The place I used to live in, which is in London. So yeah, great fun that was. I'm not doing it again. Because what we normally do, with the Jamaican side, we normally meet in London. We meet in central London and go to a restaurant. And that's what we normally do. But this time, my niece said, nah, brethren, you come over, I'll cook you some Jamaican food. So like, okay. It's a bloody nightmare. I got home, I was so exhausted, because it took me an hour and a half to get there and an hour and a half to get back. That's 3 hours sort of like exuding nervous energy. I was such a wreck when I got home. I had to go and have a lie down. It was... I'm not doing it again. Not doing it again. So I don't know how we got onto that. Oh, we're still talking about... football, curling. No, I haven't. I haven't tried curling. I don't know whether my back would stand up to that, Christina. I don't. Yeah, because you have to bend down a lot. So I'm 80. I'm 80. Oh, and isn't that the one where you have to sweep? Oh, no, I can't be arsed with all that. I use my Hoover. Can't be bothered. Where are we? Hockey. I did play hockey, but hockey can be a bit violent. Do they play hockey in America? Or do they call it something else? Hockey can be very violent. And in my year at school, there were some very violent girls. And I did get my knuckles. What am my knuckles doing down there? I did get my ankles wrapped a few times. I thought, can't be arsed with that. So no, football was my game. Football. And also running. I was a good runner. And do you know what? I don't want to be stereotypical and bring in the race thing, but I tell you what, there were very few tanned individuals in my school, and that was when we were in London. Actually in London there were a few more. When was I at the peak of my running? Yeah, when I was about, excuse me, 13, 14, yeah. I used to run. And I was really fast, so I did the 100 metres, and I was also quite good at long distance, so I also ran 800, and at one point I used to do I didn't do that. I didn't actually do marathons. I remember we had PE classes. I don't know if you guys did it in America, but over here in our schools, in our PE lessons, we would go running on the roads. Did you know that? So you'd see all these young girls in their PE kits running along the roads. It didn't last very long, guys. But it used to happen when I was at school. And we used to run up the road with our PE kits on and run into the local park. Someone put a stop to that, and it was a man that was hiding behind the third tree on the right. So, yeah, but that's what we used to do. And I was living in London at that point. I was living in, where was I living? Finchley, which is North London at that time. But anyway, I was at the peak of my fitness at that time because I also used to play football at the same time. But getting on to like the racial thing, I think they thought she's got brown skin, so she's going to be good at everything. PE, sports day was a bloody nightmare. I'm doing the bloody short race, I'm doing the 800 metres, and then someone decided to put my name down for long jump. I can't do long jump. Long jump is about counting, it's about coordination, it's about running as fast as you can and then stepping off of the right foot. No, that's not me. I'm not that coordinated. So I hated it. And I remember saying to the teacher, I'm not doing long jump anymore. I don't like it. Just do not like it. I must have been quite good for them to blooming put me in it. But yeah, so that was my teenage years. You wouldn't survive over there. Why? What, on the roads? Do you know, you get used to it. One of my daughters and one of my sons drive into London very frequently. They're always in London. The son that's a musician, obviously he drives with his kit in the back of the car, so he has to drive into London often. And the other daughter, she goes into London often as well. But the other daughter would never drive into London. She's like, no, Mum, I've had it. She uses the tube or the train to get around London. If I ever moved to London, I would do food deliveries, scooting around on my moped. Christina, my son told me about this YouTube channel. What's he called? City Eats. I think he's called City Eats. Let me see if I can find him. And that's what his channel is about. And when I go round to my boys, sometimes he's watching it. Is it City Eats? Is it? If it's not, I don't know what it's called. Let me see. And that's what he does. He rides around. Or is it London Eats? Oh no, I don't know if I can find it. City Eats. Right, I'm just looking. Hang on, guys. Right, let me share with you. Okay, I'm just looking. Right. Why can't I find him? It's not called that. What's the name of that channel? It's a bit late to ring my boy now. Let's go back. City Eats. I thought... Right, let me put City Eats Delivery. City Eats Deliveries. And it's so interesting just watching him. No, it's not that one. Oh, it's really interesting watching him driving around delivering foods. And he does it predominantly on in South London. I'm not that familiar with South London. Oh, is it London Eats? This is him! Oh, sorry. This is him, London Eats. Right, here he is. Okay, here he is.
Why is Amazon paying me $600 a day? Because I use Amazon AI.
Oh, aren't you good? Right.
Yes, what is up, peeps? Welcome back to a brand new episode. I hope you're all doing well. The time has just gone 4 a.m. and I'm online with Uber Eats and Deliveroo. I've got my first job of the morning, picking up.
Look at this dude!
A little over £5. And yeah, I'm going to be working until around 9 a.m. So I'm going to put a decent 4 or 5 hour shift in this morning. And yeah, I love working at this time of morning because the roads are empty. There's not many delivery riders out on the road, which means I get the opportunity to make a decent amount of money. However,
and you know what? He's such a lovely guy. He genuinely is a lovely guy. I'm not going to play any more of it because my computer does not like it. It's like going. So yeah, I'm not going to play anymore. but that is him. That is his channel. It's called London Eats. So I was close, wasn't I? So he's called London Eats. He's got 325k subscribers. He gets good views, 748k views 2 months ago. And my son is really into that. Well, he just puts it on if you've got nothing else to watch. And he's just it's so fascinating. But the other thing is, he doesn't just do London. He's also done, let me go onto his channel. So it's called London Eats. Okay. He's got, right. So he does a lot of nighttime driving. So he's got one here, Monday night delivering Deliveroo in London. But he's gone to other places as well. Let me see. Videos. He doesn't do it live. But it is just so fascinating. Look. It's like on this one. He shows you when he's going. Let's play it again.
Yes, what is up, peeps? Welcome back to another episode. I hope you're all doing well. Today is Friday and the time has just gone 8:30 a.m. and today I'm going to be delivering parcels on Gopher. So anyone new?
What I like about him is he's not pretentious at all. Oh, you found him. Good. Good. He's not pretentious or anything. He's just a genuinely nice guy. So, yeah. So, watch him. Very, very interesting channel. Okay, guys, we've been on for way too long. Let's just finish up on these comments. I don't think I would take a car into London. It can get nuts. I know, exactly. I end up taking the tube, 3 trains and 7 buses to get where I'm staying. I'm not driving while there. Yeah, see, I don't do public transport. And it's not that I'm a snob. It's just that I don't do public transport. I do overground trains. I don't do the tube. I hate the tube. I used to when I was younger. I used to do the tube a lot, but I get anxiety attacks on tubes. So I prefer not to. Sometimes if I'm going into London with my fam, they'll pretend that we're staying on the on overline, and then they'll say, halfway through the journey, before we get into the mainline station, they'll say, "Oh, Mum, if we go on the Piccadilly line is one of the worst lines, by the way, Christina, as is Piccadilly, and what's the other one? Northern Line. They're horrible. Anyway, and they'll say, Mum, it's just two stations on the Central Line. You know, we'll do it. We'll be so much quicker." So if I'm forced to, I will, but I hate it. I can't remember the last time I went on a bus. I've lived over here for 25 years. I've never been on a bus. Where I live now, I've never been on a bus. And I can't even remember the last time I went on a bus. I'm trying to think. I just don't do public transport. I don't like it. There's too many hussies about. What can I tell you? I just don't like it. I prefer to drive myself there, or I'll get a cab. So what I normally do, if I'm going to, say, where I live, the trains go into a certain station. I'm not going to say which one it is, but I've done videos on it, so you'll know. And what I do is, if I need to go somewhere else in London, I just get a cab, or I'll get an Uber. So, yeah, I just don't do public transport. Sorry about that. Oh, okay. Oh, are they? The buses are electric and start off very quickly. I just don't like it. Public transport isn't horrible unless it's raining. Oh, yeah, see, I just don't. I'll get a cab. Yeah, so, anyway, do you know what, guys? You have been it's been so nice to just chat, isn't it? So, yeah, we'll do this again, definitely. We'll do it on this channel because I've started this channel and it's where I can talk about the shit that goes on. But it's also where we can just chat, get to know each other a bit more, just have a bit of a chin wag. Because that's what I like. You girls are fabulous. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, you have a great weekend out there. Because trust me, it's a rotten old world, isn't it, guys? And we have to take care of ourselves. So I'm going to finish on this one. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye bye for now.
Fairy lights are gleaming, carols fill the air. It's very nearly Christmas, warm greetings everywhere. Stores crammed full of ideas, tempting all to buy. Things that no one really wants, but we seldom question why.
For it's very nearly Christmas, the time of love and joy. Christmas pot and mistletoe in abundance to enjoy.
So put away your worries and paper over cracks. Soon we'll be full of happiness and mostly on our backs. It's time to plan for Christmas, that special time of year. It's very nearly Christmas, magic's drawing near. Our smiles will reach 1,000,000 hearts each and every day.
For it's very nearly Christmas, our treasure, special day.
Oh, 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 it's very nearly Christmas, a time we all hold dear.